Hey, Aaron.
Whit, how you doing?
Good, good.
Pretty excited to be invited back for episode 2. Thought
Yes.
we'd get canceled.
I guess we passed the audition, so
Guess so.
we're due. They invited us back to do a second episode, so that's very exciting.
It's impressive.
Yes. So we're right in the middle of opening weekend of A Christmas Story,
Mm-hmm.
and you did an amazing job as Old Man Parker last night.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Dropped a couple lines, but nobody notices when you do that, so it was fun. It was really nice to be able to get to do that with my wife Jody and my son Tristan playing Ralphie and
Right.
my daughter Dagny playing Randy. So it was
Yeah, she was
a fun night.
She was quite amusing when she was hopping in and out of the lamp box.
Yeah.
She would she even pulled the top over it.
Yeah, I saw
Quite
that
fun.
in the, someone had taken some pictures and I saw that. And then honestly, I forgot that she was going to be in there. So when I came out for that scene where we're getting ready to go see Santa at the mall, and I asked where Randy is, kind of startled me a little bit when she come popping up out of that box. But yeah, it was a good night, good
Yes.
crowd, and my parents came all the way down from Ohio
I met your
to
parents.
see it. It was really nice for them to come see that.
Yes, that was worth the visit.
Absolutely.
Well, we got some exciting guests tonight. Our first guest has done a few productions here at Island Theater. She's playing Ma Parker in half of the shows. Let's welcome Erica Hicks.
Hi.
Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, you are quite well.
Hi.
So, Erica, how do you like playing Ma Parker?
This has been the best role I've ever done, actually. Most fun role and fulfilling, and this cast and crew is absolutely wonderful.
That's great. Now, who's playing your husband in the show?
That would be Jason Johnson.
Ah, very nice. Now, have you been you've been in a few shows here?
I have. This is actually my third production here at the Island. This year, actually.
Wow.
Yep.
Now,
This year.
when did the theater bug bite you, and how did you get into theater?
I'm not going to say how many years ago it was, but it was sophomore year in high school, actually, that I
Wow.
was in The Sound of Music, which ironically is my favorite musical of all time.
Yes.
And I was a nun/party goer, so that
Good.
was the first show I was ever in.
So you did a lot of it. Did you do many shows in high school?
I did 3 musicals in high school, and I did 2 plays in college, and another musical, and then I've now done 4. This will be my 4th play here in this area. So.
Ah, very nice.
So I know we were in You Can't Take It With You
Mhm.
together, and we're in this together. What was the other one that you were in?
I was in the Phantom Toll booth here, and before that, I was in the Uninvited at Orange Park Community
Very
Theater.
nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Now, I believe you have a daughter in the show as well.
I do. She's playing Esther Jane. Yep, Ashley Hicks.
How does she like?
I don't know where she gets it from, but she likes to get up there and act, and I'm so proud to see her get up there and get out of her shell and just really give it her all in developing her skill of acting. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, and that's what I really like about this show. We have a lot of family members
Yeah.
participating in the show. You know, like Aaron.
Mhm.
His whole family's involved. All 4 of them are on stage, and then his daughter Phaedra is back running lights and sound at
Yeah.
the sound booth. So, total family affair here down at theater.
Absolutely.
A lot of families involved, and it's nice to see that.
It is, yes.
Do you have any favorite scenes in this play?
Well, yeah, absolutely. The lamp breaking scene is my absolute favorite scene. It's always been my favorite. So,
It's fun.
yeah.
Very nice. Well, thank you for joining us
Thank you
tonight
for
on
having
Island
me.
Theater
Thank you.
Show.
Thank you.
All right, very good. We'll be back in a minute after these commercials for our next guest.
All right.
Welcome back to the Island Show. Our next guest is playing Old Man Parker in half of our shows. It's Jason Johnson. Let's welcome Jason.
I heard you guys talking about the major award.
Oh, the famous leg lamp. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
It's awesome.
Uh,
How you doing? Yeah.
See ya.
So Jason, what's it been like playing old man Parker in this show?
Well, it's been very interesting. Having the classic movie to sort of go and look at how they portrayed the old man there, and gives a lot of inspiration. And comparing how they adapted it for the stage as
Right.
compared to how the movie is. So it's been a lot of fun. Been very interesting.
Now, I met you, I guess about last spring or so. You wandered in to help us in the lobby on concessions and box office, and
Right.
I'm glad you stuck around, because next thing I knew, you were in a play called Incorruptible that we did here a few months ago.
Yeah, that's right. It was sort of my sneaky way of scouting out the theater before trying to audition for any parts, But everyone was so nice, and it was just such a great atmosphere that I was like, let's go for it.
So we didn't scare you off.
Didn't scare me off, no sir.
That's nice to know. That's nice to know. So, how are your roles? Are they similar or very different between Old Man Parker and the character you played in Incorruptible?
Oh yeah, well, very, very different for a number of reasons. Incorruptible was a dark comedy about this group of monks back in, I think the 13th century.
Right.
That had fallen on hard times, weren't getting the income from their parishioners that they were used to. So they sort of hatched this scheme to sell body parts as relics of saints and get into all kinds of wacky hijinks. Incorruptible, I don't think most people have even heard of that.
Right.
And then to go to a show like The Christmas Story, which almost everyone, at least everyone our age,
Yes,
or
yes.
around our age, has seen millions of times. It's very different for sure.
Yeah, Incorruptible was a hilarious show.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun,
Yeah.
for sure.
Any favorite scenes from Christmas Story, being able to play this?
Yeah, so the old man, he's got a lot of great scenes in that movie and in this show. But I think if I had to pick one, I would say the whole scene where the Bumpus Hounds raid the kitchen and make off with the Christmas turkey, and the dad just loses it. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's been fun just to kind of blow off some steam right there. Just kind of holler and
Oh,
scream. The scenes like you mentioned are just iconic. Like we've recited those lines and said them over and over again, and be able to do that on stage. And one thing I've really appreciated working with you, kind of playing the same role, but then being able to watch you during rehearsals, and I'm really excited to be able to see you tonight on stage for a live show. Just the character choices and your mannerisms and the way you react to certain lines, and to be able to learn from, especially times where I'm thinking, I don't really think I'm doing this right, or this doesn't feel right, and to watch you do it, I'm like, oh yes, that's perfect, I'm gonna try that. So that's been, I've really appreciated the double cast aspect of this show, to be able to watch you and learn from you. That's been great.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that's been a two-way street for sure, and we both benefited from that. Just seeing you say something one way, where I'm like, of course, that's how I should have been saying it all along. So yeah, it's definitely been a great experience.
Yeah, it's a fun show, and it's going to be running over the next weekend as well. Our last show will be December 22nd. But y'all stay tuned. We're going to convert for a few commercials right now. We'll be back in a minute. Thank you. Back. You met our next guest last week on our show. He's playing the narrator in Christmas Story. Please welcome back Daniel Baer. Hey Daniel.
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Doing so good. How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
So good.
Any major awards for me tonight?
Not this week.
Maybe a can of Simon Eyes?
Perhaps. only time will tell.
So, thinking about just your part in Christmas Story, it's been really, really awesome to be on stage with you. You are the narrator. You are Old Ralph. Like just the way that you deliver the lines, it's been really impressive. Like even the small ones, like flick who. But just wondering, like, are there any particular lines or scenes that you've been really drawn to and have enjoyed as we've been rehearsing?
Well, it's always exciting when I get to say the coveted legendary official Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle with the compass and the sting which tells time belt right into the stock. You'll hear that about 40 times throughout the course of this play, and every single time from all the different characters who deliver it, it's always just a little bit different. Aside from that, I also really like all of these little flourishes that Ralph Parker's character has, where he'll just name drop all of these things, these products that these kids would have in the 1930s. The number 2 Ticonderoga pencil, the number 3 erector set. I have no idea what that is, but it helps solidify where we are in time in the show.
Right. Now, Daniel, you've been in several shows here at Island Theater. You've been in Rocky Horror, you've been in Footloose, you did voiceover work in Steel Magnolias. So, tell me, what would be your dream role on stage?
Well, my dream role on stage is the same dream role I have in any medium, which is the role of Ash Williams in The Evil Dead. And funny you mentioned stage, because it turns out, I learned over this most recent Halloween, that there is a Evil Dead the Musical. So that would be my number one.
Can you give our audience a little Ash Williams?
Sure, let me just rev up my chainsaw hand really quickly. Groovy.
Very nice. Very nice.
There's another thing I heard that you recently did, which just blows my mind because I don't even like to run to my car when it's raining. But you ran a half marathon, is that right?
That's correct. I ran the Disney Wine and Dine, which is, you run your half marathon and then they invite you out to the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, which is so nice.
So it's wine after, but not during.
Right.
Okay.
You don't want to.
Well, you may not.
Yeah.
I would need wine to run.
But yeah, my goal time was 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's the time that you can submit a proof of time for. So the next time you go for a run, you can get in an earlier corral and get onto the track a little bit sooner.
You're going to do it again?
Oh yeah, I plan to do it every year from now on.
Awesome.
Very nice. Well, Daniel, it's been great having you on the show for the last couple of weeks, and y'all be sure to come out and check Daniel and the rest of the cast out in Christmas Story, starting December 13th, running through December 22nd here at Island Theater. We hope to see you soon. Good night.